the topic coming up. We're going to be talking about Bronco wait times. So let's get to that. Whew. But just a reminder, look at this. Love Instagram. Love that Mr. Levine brought to Instagram. Some of the excitement going down here with this SwitchGear. This, I don't think, is necessarily going to be a mass-produced model. Maybe it's just me. I think it's the one-off model in the comment section. Help me out here. But I think this means that we're going to get a Lightning Raptor or similar, maybe a Raptor, a Lightning Tremor. But this very much looks more like Raptor territory. Helps Ford stay in the game because models like this generate excitement. Like what was it? 15 years ago, I was going on how Ford needed a Corvette model. They needed a Corvette competitor because even if you don't sell that many Ford's version of a Corvette, every brand needs that hard to attain halo model, which brings people in. The Corvette brings excitement to GM, and people are, it's a little easier to swallow the pill of buying your family vehicle, but from the company that makes your dream vehicle. So Ford, please fuel our dreams, continue to fuel our dreams. But please do come out with a Corvette competitor under the Lincoln brand or under the Ford brand. Really under both would be great. But look at those Recaro seats inside that SwitchGear. Very, very cool. Call it the SwitchGear, even though the vehicle has no gears, but it's Ford switching gears. Now, Bronco wait times were bad, but they're getting better. There's a lot to say about that. So this is an interesting story to cover right here. For those that were frustrated with not getting their Bronco, I can tell you a few of the things that Ford did to help get us our Broncos. Originally, they're going to send Broncos to South America, such as Argentina. And even now, they're only going to be sending the Wild Track model. So Ford has waited until most of the people, almost everyone on the original waiting list, if not everyone, has gotten their Ford Bronco. If you made a few modifications, you would have already gotten it. But they wanted to do their best to feed the Canadian and US market before sending them down south, even though originally the plan was to send them down south. But when they saw how insane the demand for these vehicles were, they put the project on pause. They took care of their main purchasers from the last, decades and decades. Now they're going to be sending only the Wild Track model down to Argentina. So that's one of the things that Ford did. They also, of course, made sure that they started this new program called confirmed orders, so COVP, confirmed order vehicle process. So dealers needed to prove they had a real client in front of them so that dealers couldn't just order these vehicles under, a random name that they threw into the system so that they could get one of these and sell them over markup. And Ford also had a turn and earn program, meaning when these vehicles would come in, how quickly you sold them would help dictate how many you would get in the future. And of course, you needed to deliver the vast majority to the people you ordered them for. So this was made to avoid, hey, cousin, call them up, cuz, send me your picture of your driver's license. And then just go, here, we got a buyer rate here, knowing that, whatever cousin of the dealer employee is making, $12 an hour, would never afford it, but they've got his picture, they order it under this person's name, it shows up, then they ask 25,000 over MSRP for it. Well, Ford worked hard to get rid of that, because if dealers weren't delivering to the majority of the people that they ordered the vehicle for, because Ford was not sending any retail Broncos they weren't sending any dealer stock Broncos to the dealerships, because they wanted to actually feed the real customer orders. That they worked hard to make sure that the dealers were putting in real customers and that they were getting these Broncos to the real customers and not sending dealers inventory. However, today, it's a different story. Some customers, more and more, aren't taking their orders that come in. And there's room to actually send dealers inventory. So big news there. Look on the internet, make phone calls. If you work a little hard, you will find an available Bronco. You might even find an available hardtop Bronco. We have 2 hardtop Broncos at the dealership right now out of 6. And the others are soft top. We're on our 3rd Bronco, and this one we absolutely want to keep. We've got it just right. Wild Track with the Haas 3.0 suspension. Your regular Sasquatch will have Haas 2.0 suspension, which is also very good. We love the Badlands model, but right now we have a Wild Track. Very happy with it. Had owned a Badlands 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo. Also a Sasquatch Outer Banks. So Marie and I each had our Bronco because we love the vehicle that much. After selling the second one, felt like we had made a mistake and put in an order for one. And we waited on our 3rd and last Bronco. We waited maybe 6-7 months for it. Well worth the wait. Very happy with the soft top, even though we live in a very cold climate. Don't be fooled. People will tell you can't take a soft top if you live in a snowy, cold climate, but we live in a very snowy, very cold, salt-soaked climate. And our 2 first Broncos did 2 winters each, never had any issues cleaning off that soft top. Come springtime, have videos about that, so catch our channel. We try to do the best we can to keep you informed in ways that will help save you thousands or save headaches. So we've talked about washing the hardtop Bronco. Basically, don't put the pressure washer too close to that. That cloth will open up if the pressure washer is too powerful and too close to the material. But do consider buying a Bronco. Test drive the soft top. You'll find more soft tops out there. You can probably get a soft top, shop for it and have one in your yard within 7 business days. And in our area, new Broncos, most dealers that I've been going through aren't selling the ones that are available over MSRP. And if you make a lot of phone calls, you check the internet, and within an 8-hour radius of where you're living, you can't get one at MSRP, well, order one from Long MacArthur. Ford video guy with Tim Bartz at Long MacArthur. He'll take good care of you if you're in the States. So we were waiting a really, really long time for Broncos in the past, but Ford did what they could to get us our Broncos in a timely fashion, didn't just send them down to South America like they had originally, basically told the South American market, you're going to get Broncos. And then it was, sorry, we've got too many in the Canadian and US market. So thankfully, they're remembering that, we've been buying Fords from them for a long time. Our fathers and mothers bought Fords from them, and our grandfathers bought Fords from them, and they stayed true to their true, loyal, original buyers. Thank you, Ford. Thank you, Ford, for cracking down on dealers and working hard on that as well. Good job on you, Ford. I know we waited a long time. I know there was a lot of frustration, but nothing can ever be, perfect. Ford did their best to get shady dealers out, to get them less Broncos, to send more Broncos to good dealers that followed the rules. And Ford video guy, I love that. Some rebates, it looks like. I read that quickly, but I think I read about rebates for stock Broncos at Long MacArthur. Make sure, ask for Tim Bartz. And if I'm wrong, whoever picks up the phone, I'm sure will, put you through the right channels. But I would definitely drop Tim Bartz, Ford video guy's name. Tell them that's who sent you, or Johnny sending you to Tim. I'd love my name to show up. Tim can be like, hey, my friendship is worth something. I want to be useful here. Tim is a friend, and I do hope that I can figure it out. But if I do go down to Florida to meet the community in maybe more April, it looks like I would be doing it on my own, because I don't think Marie and I will be able to do it with such a young daughter, only 2 months old now, as well as the 2 pooches. Now, once she's over a year, maybe we can make the trip down driving like we have the last 2 winters in the past, in which we did meet up with members from the community. Now, thank you so much, folks. Really appreciate you staying tuned into this show.